All right, so I'm on the bus, right? And I see these people, they don't speak English, and I'm telling them, oh, I asked the bus driver, can they get on? And then he just starts getting nasty. Do you drive this bus? And then I just got quiet, like, okay. And then he's gonna keep asking me the same question harshly. And so I'm like, and then he's like, I don't want her on this bus and all this stuff. And so then finally he can't find a police officer, so he says, pay your fare. Meanwhile, these people got on. The one lady said sorry, right? So then I asked them, oh, do you have a Metro card? I was going to tell them how they can work it so that they don't have problems in the future. And then the lady, this blonde one, this bleach blonde, trying to pass for white, talking about we no fave English, no fave English. But she said it nasty, like just don't talk to her. And so I'm going to get their ungrateful ass videos. That's why immigration, hi cutie, no es tu problema, niña. But that's why we have the immigration laws that we have. When nasty people like you who get to come here don't know how to act. YouTube, do you know YouTube? I'm gonna put you on YouTube. Yay! For being rude. So then I get them on the bus for free, and then they turn around and start acting funky because where they come from, they racist. I mean, it's too late now. I got everybody's video. Now we'll get off at the next stop. Excuse me. Hey. Enjoy yourselves on YouTube.
He was probably just tired, you know, it's hot. He probably didn't mean anything by it.
Who, the bus driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, but that was super rude.
Yeah.
And so that's why they have an attitude, even though I got them on the bus for free.
Well, you certainly taught him not to do it again.
Huh?
You certainly taught him not to be rude again.
Right, there was nothing he could do about it.
I hope you have a good...
I hope he doesn't talk to his child like that. Are you driving this bus? Oh, you. Once I get quiet, why are you still yelling at me? You shouldn't have yelled at me in the first place. It's very unprofessional. He saw me with my phone. That's why he calmed down.
He was probably really just tired. Because
Yeah,
it's so
and that-
hot today, and he has to work on the holiday, you know.
Yeah, basically what you're saying, he just has a bad life, a very bitter man. Thank you for that. You're very sweet. Have a good day. You too. Happy 4th of July. Independence. Bye-bye. And that's the driver who cursed me out and tried to get me kicked off. Calling the police. Are you Pool Patrol Patty? Is that who you are? Bye. Oh, you want to be on YouTube too? Because I'll put your ass on YouTube. Not you. Racist foreigners. That's why some Americans don't want you here. Because something's wrong with some of you. Not all of you.
What me? What of us?
You're rude and you're ignorant and ungrateful to be here.
Pardon?
You ought to be grateful
No.
to be in the best country in the world, loser. Thank you. Ignorant tourists. I got them on the bus for free. The man yells at me because I asked him, can he just let them on because they got off a different bus, they got off the wrong bus. And they didn't have the money to pay. And then they turn around. And then I was like, after we sit down, I go, if you know, I'm trying to tell them if you have your Metro card, you can use it on the bus and the train and blah, blah, blah. And the lady was like, don't speak to her, don't speak to her. Let's just say we don't speak English. Let's just say we don't speak English. I'm like, excuse me? Are you kidding me? That's when I turned on my phone. These people are from Brazil, I believe. And let me tell you, Brazil is one of the most racist countries on the planet. They have a high population of black people. More than 50% of the people or of African descent, and even more of them. But if they turn out light-skinned, they say they're white. Not every Brazilian, of course not. But that country is like that, okay? And they try to talk down to the black ladies, call every black woman they see a hoe. How dare you losers try to oppress somebody in their own damn country who just got you something for free. And this is what drives a lot of Trump supporters to not want you here, okay? And you're just making their point, you dumb losers. People like you, I don't want you here either. Only people who have manners, who know how to have respect for other people and don't spread their racism around. That's why the sweet old dude was like, well, the bus driver was probably having a bad day, because he cursed me out for no reason. All I did was ask him a question, the same question this tall white guy asked him. He was like, can they get on? They got off the wrong bus. I was like, do you mind? And then he starts yelling at me, the bus driver, and screaming at me, and I don't want her on this bus. And I'm like, what? And let me tell you something. A lot of the bus drivers do work for my stalker, Liz and Aaron Morrill. I have another video where the lady goes, you're not allowed on this bus. And I'd never seen this bus driver before because they called her when I was making a delivery. My stalkers called her when they saw on GPS which way I was going. And she tried to pass the bus that we were on. But the other bus driver was like, oh, here comes your bus. He was telling me which one to take. You could take it because it goes by the river. And it's hard, it doesn't come that often. And he's like, oh, there you go. And I jumped off. And that turned into a whole big thing where the lady's like, she sped past my stop, another customer. And then we realized she sped, when I told her, well, yeah, she didn't want me to get on the bus because someone's stalking and harassing me. And they probably called her during her route and told her, don't let her on. So she knew it was on the bus ahead of her. So she tried to speed around it, bypassing another customer stop. And the lady's screaming, I need to get off here, miss, stop the bus. I have that on video. I kid you not. So this crime group has a wide net. They hire everybody and anybody just to try to take me down. And that's really why I think that bus driver was so nasty. I said the same thing that the tall white guy said. He said, well, can you let them on? They got off the wrong bus. And I said, oh, do you mind? You know? And then he just started cursing me out. And he didn't curse out the white guy. And then he's trying to get the police to get me kicked off. And he's like, well, pay your fare. Like I couldn't pay my fare. I'm like, I have an unlimited card. Of course I can pay my fare. I was looking for my phone so I could videotape the incident. So then I paid my fare, and then he just stood there with his hands on his hips, staring at me. And then he finally sat down. So ridiculous. And they can say yay and woo all they want. Those loser tourists. You can say yay. Oh, you think you're making me feel like the rock star that I am. And you're making a point. There's a lot of people from certain Latin countries, not all of them, and I would love to visit Brazil. So it's not like all of them, but some of them aren't used to having anything. They scrape their money together to travel, and then they come here and they're like super rude. The racist ones, not the good people, but the racist ones are so ignorant. And so then the lady started, she was saying something in her language. I speak Spanish, so it's kind of similar. And she was like, no fala inglés, no fala inglés. Just tell her we don't speak English. Like that. And that was super rude. And one of their friends did say, oh, sorry, when she got on the bus that the man yelled at me. But then the rest of them just started getting rude. And she jumped on board with them. Crazy. Anyway, it's 4th of July in the United States. And my independence is still being constricted by my stalker. And they use every tactic they have in their little disgusting, dirty arsenal to try to ruin my life. But God is faithful, and I'm going to be fine. And they're going to go to jail. I'm talking about Liz and Aaron Morrill, not the tourists. Although, they deserve to be in jail too for rudeness. All right, I'm going to turn this off.